To start this off, I want to apologize for the sound of my fan that's outside of my audio. There's a lot of mosquitoes in my room, and I don't have the electrical tennis racket that you're supposed to have to kill the mosquitoes. So, and on top of that, I have a cold. I have a stuffy nose. Just listen. Just the perfect way to start the video. Honestly, this is a video that I didn't think I would need to make. And a video that I didn't think I would need to edit as well. If you guys have been under the rock or out of the loop, Phil Spencer has signed off as CEO of Xbox. Now, apart from the downfall where people speculated and stated that, oh, the downfall started back in February 2024 when they announced that they're porting games to other platforms. But really, it all started with the failure to make it a marketable success due to the release and the announcement of the Xbox One. Some Xbox affiliates and officials have also stated and agreed that the Xbox One's failure is the leading cause of the poor business decisions that Xbox has done. And on top of that, with the whole $69 billion acquisition of having the rights towards these publishers and these development studios, and then just throwing it all away, all because that they don't find any use of it, which is hard to believe, right? Because they got the development studio that made Fable. They acquired it back in like 2008, 2009. Shut it down in 2016, and then they acquired the same development studio that made the Evil Within 2, Ghostwire Tokyo, and within that development studio, they made Hi-Fi Rush, which some people do remember. Some of you guys remember playing it back then. Some of you guys remember where it got ported to PlayStation earlier or a couple years ago. Despite the success that it had and the awards that they have gotten, they shut down the studio as well. And then it was bought by the same publisher that have the rights to PUBG, which is hard to believe. Again, I really don't understand the whole direction, because they're walking without one. They're walking without a direction or without a plan, because you got all these gaming development studios, all these publishers, and you don't know how to operate them. Like, this has gotten so much stress that Phil Spencer looked like he aged like 20, 30 years after getting the $69 billion acquisition, after the whole Xbox business update for putting different games on different consoles. I just don't get it. And I know I'm repeating myself because I have said this in a couple of videos back like months ago. But again, like, you made this step. You made this decision, and now you're backing off from it. It's just like, at this point, I feel bad for the Xbox fans for this, because no matter how much of a fan you are, it could be day one, or it could be when the 360 came out, when the Xbox One came out, or when you got the Xbox Series X or Xbox Series S. It just doesn't add up. I would be scratching my head too if there was somebody telling me, hey yo, you still an Xbox fan after all of this? Now, back on February 20th, he made this tweet as his final anecdote before officially retiring Xbox as a whole. It's rare in life to know when a chapter is closing, but after 38 years at Microsoft, that moment has arrived for me. I've made the decision to retire and begin the next chapter of my life. It's a milestone that's given me a chance to reflect on the incredible journey I've been fortunate enough to share with so many of you. I'm excited for Asha_Shar, which is the Twitter user that Asha Sharma uses, as she steps into the CEO role. She's joining an incredible group of people, teams full of talent, heart, and a deep commitment to the players they serve. Watching her lean in with curiosity and a real desire to strengthen the foundation we've built gives me confidence that our Xbox communities will be well supported in the years ahead. Thinking back to my start as an intern in 1988, I never could have imagined the path ahead. I've been lucky to work with so many passionate creators, partners, colleagues, and players across the industry, and people who challenged me, taught me, and made this work full of joy and wonder. Thank you to everyone who's been part of this chapter. This community has meant more to me than I can say. From here, I'll keep doing what's always mattered so much to me, cheering on the teams pushing this industry forward and playing alongside this incredible community. I'll see you online. Now, yeah, I can understand, I can sympathize where if you work at a company or any brand for so many years, like longer than since I was born, I think you do deserve to have a retirement and plan out, your leave. But it just feels so bitter And not even bittersweet. I mean, I would say bittersweet if I was an Xbox fan, but I'm not. I was a Nintendo kid growing up, and now I'm a PlayStation kid. And the reason why it feels so bitter just seeing this goodbye note is because the decisions that they made as a whole for Xbox, like the $69 billion acquisition, shutting down the development studio, shutting down the publishers, and just saying like, oh, this game just didn't do so well for us financially. And you have games like The Evil Within, Hi-Fi Rush, where they did so well, critical acclaim, the amount of awards that they have gained. I'm saying this to be brutally honest. I find it hypocritical for him to say, I've been so honored to work with these amazing people, these talented people, when they laid off the same workers that they have been working with, right? Like, and even Jeff Keighley, you know, the host for the Game Awards, the Summer Game Awards, no, Summer Game Fest, I meant to say, sorry, Gamescom, where it happens every August of every year, that has pointed out the disappointment and the upsetting nature that these CEOs have for laying off a bunch of these employees. And you're talking like, oh, I've never been so like happy working with these talented people, these animators, these game designers, the coders of these indie titles or AAA titles. It just sounds fake to me. Okay, I know I'm taking this like way too literal or I sound too emotional. I'm emotionally upset because of the contradictory that this man has for saying these words. And it's like, do you love being CEO of Xbox? Like, do you realize that you've been a villain the whole time? And then now you're leaving as CEO of Xbox, not just because you want to enjoy your life. If you want to enjoy your life, I can understand that. But did you leave Xbox just because the decision that you made really impacted Xbox in a negative light? That's what I really want to know, honestly. And then, you know, with the newest CEO of Xbox, where she's like ecstatic, she's excited, and she's so lenient to like make Xbox a good platform. Her entire plan was to make the future of play, like make Xbox a better place. You know, the typical Disney format of a bucket list when they become like CEO of a new job or company or whatever. And there's been like speculation where the replies that she's been giving to other people, even the development studios, the official Twitter accounts of Gears of War or Halo, turns out to be AI generated, which is scary, but I'm also not surprised because she is so lenient to AI. Even Xbox as well, while Phil Spencer was still like in part of the role for being CEO of Xbox, they used AI for applications if you want to work with Xbox. Does that make any sense? No, and it shouldn't be. They're talking like, oh, we love the art that these people at Xbox have provided for this company, and they use a machine for other people if they want to work for Xbox and they want to apply to. Like, dog, you got artists that work for Xbox. You could hire them. You already hired them. Now, the next thing that I do want to talk about is PlayStation shutting down Blue Point Games. What the fuck? For me, that doesn't like register in my head where it's like, oh, this is a good idea. You should understand like how financially hard it is. You are a multi-billion-dollar company. What you mean that you cannot financially support this? Let me just tell you how many games that they worked on, or for remasters, I should say. They worked on Demon Souls, Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection, PlayStation All-Stars, Metal Gear Solid HD Edition, the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus Collection, Blast Factor, Flower, Shadow of the Colossus, the Remaster, Uncharted 4, Honor Among Thieves. No, Among Thieves, I meant to say. Gravity Rush, the 2005 release of God of War, the God of War Collection of 2009, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid Mastered Collection, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, the 2012 release, Metal Gear Solid 2, Snake Eater, the 2002 release, Titanfall, the first one, Metal Gear Solid, the Legacy Edition. Like, you hear all of these games, you hear all of these remasters, these re-releases, these HD editions, and then you're also questioning why would they do this. There's really no reason. Okay, like why do you not think that they're not useful anymore when they have provided like such like great projects in the gaming industry, in the gaming sphere, and then you don't have any use for them anymore? It's like that comment that I saw on Twitter. I don't know who said it first, but some people were saying it over and over when they first saw it, where they said that PlayStation and Xbox are really competing. Who was the worst console company? Because it was first, it was when Xbox started laying off their employees, and then it was PlayStation telling the Steam players that they should have a PSN account just so you could play Helldivers 2, or when Helldivers was banned in like 170 countries that don't have like PlayStation Network, which is just shocking to me. And I also understand the time difference where I spent like 7 or 8 minutes talking about Phil Spencer leaving it as CEO of Xbox, and I'm talking like 2 to 3 minutes of Blue Point Games getting shut down by PlayStation, which I can understand. It's just that I've been so harshly critical with Xbox ever since they started shutting down the gaming development studios, where I'll never like understand where they got the publishing rights for Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo and just recently Hi-Fi Rush, and they're saying like, oh, this game didn't do us well financially. Meanwhile, this got so many like great ratings and awards. Even the developer himself or the leader of the publisher for Hi-Fi Rush proved that they have won awards of the game, despite it being a shadow drop and despite it being sold what used to be Xbox, but now it's also on PlayStation as well. And it's something that I don't understand. It's like, why bother getting these development studios and just treat them like trash? The same thing goes for PlayStation. What's the point of you like shutting down Blue Point Games when they brought back games back in the PS2, the PS3 era, and then they remastered it? Like those are games that brought back memories to the people that were avid fans of Demon Souls or Shadow of the Colossus or Uncharted or Metal Gear Solid, and then you're saying like they have no use for us? What where's the logic? Honestly, like I know I'm repeating myself. It's just that like even for me as a consumer that likes playing games, also a fan of PlayStation, but I also do sympathize with the game developers and also the animators, the coders, the illustrators, storyboarders that also worked on AAA or indie titles. I don't understand the mindset of shutting down developer studios and publishing titles when they have done like nothing but the best, like give you these memorable projects, memorable games that a lot of people love and that they never regret being a fan of or having a hyperfixation about it or being a contributor or like sharing some fan art or just sharing the memories of when they first played this game, when they first got it. And now you're shutting them down despite their success and despite the nostalgia that these players have with these games. Like explain that to me, because I don't get it. And I probably won't. And this shouldn't be normalized, honestly, because the more I see like gaming development studios or publishing titles or like employees being laid off, it's just corporate greed. And the lack of leadership that these CEOs have towards their workers and the equivalent amount of respect that they don't have for these games that have granted them the financial gain from the amount of sold copies that they have gotten when these games were sold at the time. It doesn't matter what era. Doesn't matter what type of console it is, and they just now not care about it. I know I'm repeating myself. It's just that I don't understand it. So that's gonna be it for today's video. That's enough of me rambling about it. I'm gonna make myself something to eat. It's currently 10 a.m. as of me recording this video. I started recording this at like what, like 8:50, 8:40, whatever. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Today is Pokemon's 30th anniversary. I'm probably gonna make like a smash or pass video after this. I don't know. I'm not the most of a fan of Pokemon. I mean, sure, I got like 4 games, but I barely finished them. I did mention them on my voice acting demo. If Pokemon was to hire me for a Hisuian Zoroark, you know, for Pokemon Legends Arceus specifically. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys have an opinion or have something different to say, or will also like to add on for the retirement of Phil Spencer leaving as CEO of Xbox, or PlayStation shutting down Blue Point Games, let me know down in the comments. That's gonna be it. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down what you think about it. I'm tired. I have a headache. I'm gonna make myself something to eat. This is Wolf Gray. Peace.